Our last speaker of today would probably make up a perfect cue in a James Bond setting. He's a man with a rare sense of finding the right people to immerse into new business ideas and get things going in new and virgin territories. He's what one would call a rock turner, a multitasker, a guy of multiple talents and a serial entrepreneur. After Bishop's College School, he creates his first company in 2000, which goes down the drain in the internet bubble. Who remembers the internet bubble? And according to Silicon Valley ways of looking at the world, that's probably the best which could have happened to him. Next, he joins AdTech, an online ad-serving company in 2002, where he builds the Nordic and the US operations from scratch, being instrumental in that company's success in those markets. At High Media, which he joins in 2009 and where he becomes CEO later on, he enters the world of e-wallets and micropayments, and that, despite the fact that he's not a micro guy, you will see him stand up afterwards, he's impressive. Probably focused his career for the future. Today he acts as CEO and chairman of the board of Japital Financial AG. He's an executive director of the Otto Group, parent to Japital, and he is a senior advisor to ad-serving platform Video Plaza and marketing platform Brand Mini. Otto Group, which is the parent to Japital, intends to achieve 8 billion euro in online turnover in 2015. And this guy is going to be instrumental in making that ambition come true. A first step has been achieved with the recently announced partnering with Rakuten, but there's more to come. He says, Japital is the best invention since canned beer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nils Winkler, CEO and chairman of the board, Japital Financial.
Technology doesn't always work, so I've been told to stand here. I've been asked to give you a speech about why we think Luxembourg is great, but I think the first step should be going to a much tinier place at the other end of the world, which is, oh, I can take this one. Brilliant.
It's working also.
Which is the state of Yap. Which sounds a little bit like someone who popped some drugs and he's in the state of Yap, but in fact it's a little island in the South Pacific, which is unique to this planet, because that's the place where money has been invented. Now money in the sense of coins, like we use them today. The first time before that people have bartered, have used seashells, and then they turned into having coins like this. The biggest pieces are up to 4 meters in diameter, and each one weighs up to 15 tons. So it's not so easy to counterfeit. That's one of the ingredients for the money as we know it. The other ingredient is that people have to trust. You can trust that nobody moves that, but it also came with a challenge, and that was change. Now, they didn't need change, because trust also went one step further. They invented, together with money, the first virtual currency. They just memorized which family owns how much of that stone, and they gave that knowledge from generation to generation. So trust, really, and that's a fundamental message, and it's one of the core beliefs that we have, must be the foundation for what we do, especially in financial services. So you don't have to look through little holes in Micronesia to find it, but you actually have just to look around the corner. We've been presented in the little book that you have as the New Kids on the Block. It's basically an IT building that we're in now. We rented a whole floor at the EBRC headquarters, which is fantastic for us, and also gives a little bit of a first hint why we decided to be in Luxembourg, besides the point that it's actually pretty beautiful. I'll bring my kids here next weekend so they can climbed on those fortresses, and they already told me that they want to become pirates in Luxembourg. I don't know how that works without the sea. But the real reasons why we're here, a lot of it has already been mentioned, is we find the experience in electronic money, which we don't find to this extent in any other place in Europe. There are some places where we find it, but really this place has it all, especially when you combine it with state-of-the-art legislation. I mean, you need to be able to rely on the legal framework to stay what it is when you build something new, and that we find in this place, which is fantastic when you combine it with also the IT infrastructure and the overall ecosystem that helps us to build the business from scratch. So it's human capital, it's IT infrastructure, it's legislation that's modern and that allows innovation. That put together is fantastic for a company like Yapital. And then, of course, there's no Oberweis in Hamburg, which is always a good reason for me to come here. So the question, what is Yapital all about? In fact, it's about money. Money carries a lot of weight, it makes the world go round, it opens doors. For some, money is no object, and for others it's a measuring stick. Money can burn a hole in your pocket, and sure, sometimes it can buy you a little bit of satisfaction. Some people say happiness. But mostly it just weighs you down. And money is incredibly dumb, because while you work hard for getting it, it doesn't know the latest thing about you. It doesn't know where you are, what you're doing. It doesn't know what your balance is or your budget. So what we believe is that money needs a new package. We don't need credit cards made of rare metals. We don't need more smart machines that are spitting out bills. We don't need gift wrapping, things that we've seen in the past. So what we've decided to do was to just simply re-engineer it. So we made it intelligent, responsive, easier and safer than it's ever been. We made it respond to consumer needs, which is the second fundamental belief that we have. If we ignore the consumers, like so many discussions I hear about electronic payments, all about solving problems for companies, it's never about solving problems for consumers, but that should come first. We created a way for it to distinguish between different kinds of transactions and design a way for it to do its own accounting. And we made it so buying and paying is no longer a pain, but it's actually fun, because you get quicker what you want to buy. And when you hold your reward in your hand, whatever it might be, you don't think about paying anymore. So fundamentally, Yapital will do for money what iTunes has done for music, and Yapital will do for money what Skype has done to telcos. We will do cross-channel payment in a way that's not been seen before. Now, I'm sometimes using an example. Nils will probably not like to hear that, but I believe that these notebooks here with that icon are pretty much the best on this planet. But that's not because they're actually so fantastic when you take them apart. Because all the ingredients are pretty much market standard, or sometimes beyond market standard, below market standard, excuse me. But the way it's put together, it's pretty smart, and it's put together in a different way than everyone else is doing it, and that makes the whole thing so powerful. So don't expect us doing things individually when you look at each channel or the little ingredients, revolutionary. But we put it together in a different way, and so far I've not seen another company that's doing it like we do. And that includes everything you need to do with a mobile payment at the point of sale or for an e-commerce checkout. Of course, people have a trained behavior when they check out online with their email address and password. Why tell them not to do that anymore? And then there's a huge audience in some countries more than in others that is trained to use credit cards. That's the one electronic payment system that you don't need to explain. Everyone knows how it works. So we decided to issue cards as well. And it's the choice of the consumer, how they will use Capital at the end. You will find solutions that cover 2 of those, but you will not find another one that covers all 3. Now, we are a little startup. We're moving towards 20 people in Luxembourg. We have a bunch of people in Hamburg as well, and we have a development team in Ukraine, so we are pretty diverse geographically already. The total ecosystem of Capital today, including agencies and resources that we get ad hoc, is moving towards 125, 130 people now. So that's pretty serious for a startup company, and that's because I'm not only employee number 1 in Capital, I'm also employee number 99, 2250 in Otto Group. That makes a difference. Otto Group is a company which makes some, I don't have the number present, I think 13.8 billion in annual turnover. It's known in Luxembourg for this big book that people browse to buy their stuff from Hamburg, the Otto Catalog. But what many people don't know, it actually goes far beyond that. You see this big bubble which includes all the different brands in Otto Group, where you can spend your money for the fantastic items that you want to carry home. But you don't only have to carry them home because Otto is the 2nd largest e-commerce dealer worldwide, so Capital already comes with reach a little bit. Otto also ships every 4th package in Europe through Hermes Group. There are different names to it. There's a local brand strategy, so in different countries might have different names, but 25% of parcels are being shipped through Otto Group, fundamentally. And then there's a big financial services sector, which in the past has been mostly based on business intelligence services, scoring services, and money collection, which is now being developed further to complete the ecosystem to cover the whole aspects of electronic transactions, from the choice of what I want to buy to the payment execution until I get the item at my door or in store. Everything is there. And because it's such a compelling ecosystem, it also is attractive for others. Now there's this really complex issue with the Luxembourg banking secrecy, so I'm not able to tell you so many names about my customers, but these 3 announced it themselves, so I think it's fair to mention that Rakuten has been a tremendous win for us. I think they're a little bit below the radar, but everyone knows them in this room, I guess. So we're very happy on the e-commerce side. We're very happy that some big business in Otto Group like Bauer and Sportcheck, big dealerships, will start using Capital in end of June, early July, so very, very soon. And that with Novum Hotel Group, we have a very innovative young hotel group in Germany, which has grown from 20 to over 40 hotels in 1 year, based on very strong IT systems. And then Gertz is, when you cross the border, I think in Trier is the next store, you can buy fantastic shoes and you have a great in-store experience and find the latest models with them. And you can of course pay with Capital, probably from July onwards. So the question is, how does that feel? I would suggest that we test drive Capital, because this is pretty much a bunker, very nice one. I'm not trying to do that online, but show you a little video.
Every now and then, something comes along that fits so perfectly. It becomes part of how we do things, and part of who we are. We believe it's all about keeping life simple, like knowing when to spend and when to save. It's finding that amazing deal and taking home the prize. Whatever it may be. It's doing things at your convenience to make the most of your time. And understanding that a shared passion is the best part of a friendship. It's contributing with a simple press of a button. And never hearing, "I'll pay you later," again. It's accepting that a good night out means sometimes being a little bad. And knowing that even when you can't make it home, a simple gesture always can. It's a moment of glory and a very proud father. It's avoiding not having enough cash in your pocket to put the next round on the table. It's helping someone close to you who may be far away, and making sure you always find your way home. It's learning to let go, and welcoming something new. As we move from one era to the next, with fast, simple, and secure ways to pay, Yapital is the global solution for your transactions, now and in the future. Evolve with Yapital and create your free account today.
Because there's so many IT people here, I said we'll have the first customers live by July. In fact, I already spent a lot of money using Yapital, which made me very, very happy. We had a closed beta since 4th of January this year. Everything that you've seen in the little movie is actually existing and is live and kicking, and I've already used it, which makes me really excited to see it in real life with people who haven't worked on it. That will be a different experience. I hope that whoever is interested in Yapital will reach out. We're also offering career paths. I don't know who might be interested, and now I will shut up and wish you a fantastic evening.
Thank you, Nils. Just a tip for your two sons. If they come up with a business model which is probably as great as Yapital or Lego, we're going to find a solution to their piracy dream, because you should know that we have a maritime pavilion without having a sea for years, which ends up being pretty successful.